Lia Tortilla presents.
Hey guys, it's me, Lia Tortilla, and welcome back for another tasty treat. On today's episode of Lia Tortilla, I will be baking a really tasty and sticky ginger cake. To begin, you're going to need to grab yourself either a loaf tin or a 20cm square cake tin. And to that tin, you're going to butter the insides, dust with flour, so it's buttered and lined so that your cake doesn't stick to your tin. And once you've done that, grab yourself 60 grams of unsalted butter and a saucepan. And then to that butter in your saucepan, you're going to add 100 grams of golden syrup. And then once you've added the golden syrup, you're going to add 25 grams of thick, dark treacle. I think all treacle is thick and dark, but you get the idea. And once all of those ingredients are in your saucepan, you're going to want to put it on a low heat to melt it gradually, and you're going to stir it occasionally until it's completely melted. So once your butter, golden syrup and treacle is melting slowly on the hob and you're stirring it occasionally, you're going to grab yourself a bowl and a sieve, and we're going to get started with the dry ingredients. We're going to start by sifting 100 grams of plain flour into our mixing bowl, 25 grams of self-raising flour, half a teaspoon of mixed spice, 3 to 4 heaped teaspoons of ground ginger, and 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. Once your mixing bowl looks like this, we're going to add the sugar. You're going to need 50 grams of caster sugar and 50 grams of light Muscovado sugar. And then we're going to take a wooden spoon and make sure that this is all mixed in thoroughly. Once your dry mixture is mixed in really well, we're going to go ahead and add our wet ingredients. So you need 1 egg and 125 millilitres of milk. Now stir this in really well. Now once you've mixed your batter mix really well, your butter, treacle and golden syrup mix should be melted. Take that off the heat and allow it to cool slightly. And while you're waiting for your butter mixture to cool slightly, make sure you preheat your oven to 170 degrees. Once your butter mixture has cooled slightly, we're going to gently and slowly, gradually, pour it into our batter mix. And don't worry about your mixture being really wet and runny, because it's meant to be. And then obviously, once your mixture is well combined, we're going to take it and pour it into our baking tin. And once you've filled your cake tin, it's time to put this in the oven at 170 degrees for 30 minutes. Set your timer. So I've taken the ginger cake out of the oven. I've got something that's long and thin, and I've poked it straight in the middle of the cake and pulled it out, and it's clear. So that way I know the cake is done. Now you can also use long toothpicks. They work really well to test if your cake is done, but I don't have any of those, so I had to use a temperature probe. So I'm just turning out my cake now. Be careful because it is very hot, fresh out the oven. Just give it a little wiggle. And there you go. I'm going to turn that the right way around once it's cooled down, and then I'm going to portion it and eat it. I've made myself a nice hot cup of coffee to enjoy with my ginger cake once that's cooled down. So as I sit here and enjoy my coffee and my slice of ginger cake, I'm going to tell you how to store it so that it doesn't go off and doesn't go stale and nasty. So what I do is I wrap the loaf in baking paper, and then I wrap the baking paper in tin foil and keep it like you would bread in a bread bin. And the next day, when you come to eat this, it'll be really moist and sticky. But at the minute, it's really moist, really crumbly, it's nice and soft, and the outside has a really nice crispy texture to it, so it's just not completely soft, you know, there's some bite to it, and it's really flavourful. The ginger in here, oh, it's just like a gingerbread man, but in a cake. So thank you for watching this episode of Lia Tortilla. I hope you've enjoyed this baking experience. And I will see you next week for more tasty treats. Bye guys!
Thank you for watching Lia Tortilla. Don't forget to give this video a like, give this video a share, leave me a comment because I love to hear what you have to say. And if you really like what I do, then subscribe to my channel and I will see you next week for more tasty treats. Also, feel free to follow me on social media for regular updates.